Hi everybody, it's Dr. Magnifico from Vet and Polly.com. This is Dexter. He is an 11-year-old indoor-only cat. He lives with quite a few other cats. He, for most of his life, has had a problem with obesity. He is a 20-pound cat. The ideal cat, the average cat, is supposed to weigh somewhere between 10 and 12 pounds. So he is probably just about double the size that he should be. He is indoor only. I really only see obesity almost exclusively in indoor only cats. Almost all of them are spayed or neutered. That lowers their metabolism, and almost all of them are fed exclusively a dry food, pretty poor quality diet. So his problem is really multifactorial. One, this is how he's been for too long. Two, he's indoor only, so he doesn't have to hunt or play for his food. Three, he's on an exclusive dry food, pretty poor quality food. So, you know, although the owner says he doesn't eat very much, well, he doesn't do anything, so he really doesn't burn any calories. So he's got a lot of the things that we see with overweight, obese cats. He's got a very poor coat, so you notice all of the dandruff. So a dull, dry coat. He's got mats. He's got mats because he's too fat to be able to get around and groom. And his biggest problem is that he has got feces caked all over his back end. So, you know, this is not just get me cleaned up. He definitely needs a butt bath and a shave. He also needs to have all these mats removed. And then he needs to be brushed quite often, but he really needs a whole plan going forward on managing his obesity. He is morbidly obese. He is in very dire straits for things like cancer, for things like diabetes, for things like secondary skin infections from urine scald and feces scald, and we have got to get him in shape. So somebody asked me today about how do I get my overweight cat in better shape. I would say the following. One, you've got to really get them off of the dry food. So I usually say get them on a canned food exclusive diet. So canned food comes in 3 sizes. In 2 sizes comes in a 3-ounce and a 5-ounce. Feed the 5-ounce size of a very good high quality canned food. I like Science Diet, I like Merrick, I like Wellness, I like Royal Canin, any of those. They even make canned food for overweight cats. Add water to it, the water will dilute it. So canned food is got a much higher water content and a much higher protein content. Try to get rid of the dry food. You have to do things gradually with cats, so try to get rid of the dry food as you can, and feed them exclusively watered down wet food. I would say for this guy, I would do 1 5-ounce can with water 3 times a day. See if that's enough to keep him full. If he's really a dry food fan, you can get the dry food and put it in like a little exercise ball, so he actually has to push the ball to get the dry food. Get him moving. I don't care what that means. I don't care if that's putting him on a harness, taking him out for walks, getting a stroller, putting him in the stroller. Get him outside and see if he will start to get some exercise. And then think about things that you can do inside to make life more interesting, more engaging, and get him up and moving. You know, weight loss is always about diet and exercise, and for cats sometimes that means you really have to kind of think outside of the box. Do things like take a handful of dry food and scatter it across your room. Make him actually go on a little scavenger hunt to get the food. Incorporate things like scratching mats with catnip, laser pointers, anything you can do to get him up and moving. And then while he's losing weight, which should be very, very gradual. You know, I want this cat losing maybe a pound every 3 months, nothing faster than that. Make sure that you're managing all the secondary stuff. So keeping him clean and dry as he's starting to lose weight. If you really have a problem with switching from canned food to dry food, at least try to measure how much dry food you're doing and ask your vet about a prescription weight loss plan. For some of these guys, it literally is a life-saving thing. You know, he can't go on like this where he's got his mats and he's got, you know, feces caked on him, and then diabetes for some cats really is you know, a terrible, difficult disease to manage for them. If you have any questions about this, or you have any other tips about how to better manage weight in obese cats, you can find me at Vet or Polly.com. Take care. Thanks. Bye.